Kicked out at 17 with just $12 and a trash bag. Now my family wants to live in my $750,000 home after years of silence and lies. I was 17 when my dad told me I wasn't built for success. He didn't shout it. He didn't even look at me. It was calm. Cold. Like he was offering advice. "You're the spare," he muttered from behind his newspaper. "Your brother's the heir. You're just extra." That moment carved itself into me like stone. My brother Nathan was the golden child, star athlete, honor roll, dad's champ. He got the Lakeview bedroom and a car at 16. Me? I got second-hand clothes, suspicious glances, and lectures about not measuring up. At first, I thought maybe I was the problem. I worked at 15, kept grades solid, even tutored Nathan in math. But nothing mattered. If Nathan failed, it was shrugged off. If I succeeded, it was ignored. The summer before senior year, Nathan crashed his car while drunk. I found him bleeding in the garage. He begged me not to tell. So, I took the blame. I thought protecting him would finally prove I was loyal. Instead, my father pointed to the door and said, "Pack your things. You've embarrassed this family enough." That night, I slept in a bus shelter. By morning, my clothes sat in a trash bag on the porch with a note, "You're on your own now. Learn something from this." They never called. My mom told people at church I ran away. Nathan vacationed in Florida like nothing happened. For 3 years, I scraped by, working overnight shifts, sleeping in storerooms, pushing through college at a library Wi-Fi connection. No birthdays, no Christmas cards, not even a "how are you?" Just silence. Then, last month, everything changed. My face ended up on a billboard after I helped local businesses grow their sales. It wasn't fame, but it was proof. Proof that I wasn't a spare. Within hours, my phone lit up with calls from people who hadn't spoken to me in years. My mom's voicemail? "Nathan and his wife are struggling. We wondered if you had that spare room." I laughed. There was no spare room. I bought my entire house in cash. A week later, my mom showed up at my door with banana bread. She smiled like she was just stopping by. But when I asked about Nathan, her face flickered. There it was. Not love. Not regret. Just need. Nathan had lost his place, and they wanted mine. "You kicked me out with a trash bag," I said. "And now you want me to give up my peace for the son you chose over me?" She tried guilt. She tried shame. But for the first time, I didn't bend. I told her the truth. I'm done being useful to people who only remember I exist when they need something. Then I closed the door. But it didn't end there. Guilt crept in, until I remembered every moment they failed me. The silence. The lies. The years erased. So, I told the truth. I wrote to my extended family, explaining everything. I attached proof. Even Nathan's old text bragging about how easy it was to get rid of me. The fallout was immediate. Relatives who thought I'd run away finally knew the truth. Messages of shock, apology, even disgust toward Nathan poured in. His wife, Alyssa, reached out too. She said Nathan lied to her, painted me as violent, unstable. When she read my message aloud, Nathan exploded. Pregnant and done being gaslit, she left him that night. Nathan hated exposure. Days later, he confronted me outside a cafe. He reeked of beer, still clinging to his old varsity jacket like it was his last shred of importance. "You think you're better than me now?" he sneered. I didn't argue. I just told him, "You lied. I thrived. And now you have to live with that." Soon after, I got a letter from my parents' lawyer threatening defamation. My own lawyer laughed. With Nathan's written confession, their threats had no teeth. They went quiet again. I kept the note they once left on my trash bag. I framed it in my office beside my Chamber of Commerce award. Most people frame diplomas. I framed a warning and turned it into a promise. Then came the one visit I didn't expect. My father showed up. Not with demands, but with an envelope. He looked smaller, fragile. Inside were papers. He was signing over their old house to me. My grandmother's wish. That's when I learned the truth. She was dying. Stage 4 cancer. And she hadn't told me because she didn't want to distract me. She passed 3 weeks later. In my home, the home they said I'd never deserve. Her final gift was a wooden box filled with her journals, documenting every lie, every bruise, every betrayal I'd endured. At the bottom was a notarized deed. She had made me her sole heir. Her funeral was small. Just the people who stood by me. My parents came anyway, circling like vultures. Afterward, my mother asked, "Did she really leave it all to you?" "Yes," I said, giving her the truth she never gave me. Days later, they left a letter on my doorstep, asking to move into the house my grandmother left me. I replied with one of my own. At this time, all rooms are occupied, by peace, dignity, and the scent of lavender she planted. We cannot accommodate guests who abandon those values. May you find shelter in the structures you built with your choices. That reply went viral. Not because it was revenge, but because it was truth. So many people related. So many spares who turned out to be the whole engine. Now, every spring, I plant something new in my grandmother's garden. Just like I promised her. This year, it was a white rose bush named Rebirth. Because I am not a spare. I am the seed that survived. Have you ever felt like the spare in your own family? Share your story below, I'll be reading. And to anyone watching this, remember, you are not what they said you were. You're what you choose to build. Thanks for listening to my story. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the next one.